Hey, what's up? I'm Mike Herrera from Tumbledown, and I'm in Portland, Oregon. Well, yeah, Tumbledown record coming out in May, and I'm really excited. We've been working on the record well, I've had the songs for, a year, 2 years, a few of the songs for 2 years. So that it's finally coming out is pretty exciting to me. I definitely don't want to wait that long again, with our next Tumbledown record. I want to keep it moving. But sometimes doing a side project, even though I don't really even consider it a side project, I consider this just my other band. And I take it just as serious as I take MxPx. And I'm pretty excited to see what people think. I mean, I definitely put a lot of energy into Tumbledown, and there's so much to do, just especially in today's music and the music business, and how most bands pretty much do everything themselves anyway, for the most part. And we've been doing that for years, but as like having your own website and blogs and video blogs and all the million things, MySpace, all that. There's never an end to the work. Like, once you update something, you Twitter something, all right, well, it's time for it to do it again. So in that way, it really is, twice as much work as MxPx. It's always good to use your experience and use, what you've done in the past to do better in the future. And that's what I've done, I think, with Tumbledown, regarding what I've learned from MxPx. And in a lot of ways, Tumbledown's ahead of MxPx in some of the newer viral marketing and just online marketing, mainly because me and my wife do all of it, and MxPx doesn't really have the same amount of research going into everything, and it's it's a bigger horse, it's a little slower, so it moves and it's bigger, but Tumbledown can be like, okay, I want to do that, bam, done, and then we go back and forth, and but it's still a very, very small band, and people don't know about it yet, and also the whole genre, or of the music, is something that's baffling to me, as well as people that listen to us. Like, what do we sound like, and who do we fit with? That's always a problem. But at the same time, I think ultimately, if you can break out of I don't know, just scenes and genres, I think having something of your own actually helps you in the long run. It's just kind of hard right when you're getting started, because people don't know about you, so they don't know what to call you. Eventually they'll just say, hey, it sounds like Tumbledown, because that's what we sound like. So and it's not so different that it's not something that people have never heard before, but I think that in this setting, people are being like, what? That's crazy. They're used to very technical music, but not in the way we do it, Not that we're that technical, but it's just a little bit more, I guess I gotta say, old school. Everything on our record is pretty much how we sound live. I think the only thing that we can't reproduce live is some of the guest vocals. Aside from that, it's all exactly how we play it. And then we don't have there's tambourine on one song that we don't do live. Well, MxPx has been around a long time. Tumbledown's brand new, so obviously there's going to be sort of a little push and pull, scheduling wise, touring wise, in the studio. MxPx has always sort of won over the priority, because obviously I got bills to pay and don't make any money with Tumbledown, and the other guys got bills to pay. So, but at this point, we're all trying to sustain ourselves aside from the band, and then have MxPx be something we do because we like to do it, not something we have to do to pay bills. So I think a lot of bands are in that situation, especially the mid-level bands like MxPx that aren't huge, aren't small, aren't starting out. It's hard because of the record sales have been going down, and touring, there's a million bands touring, so it's harder to get tours. But overall, it makes me just realize that I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm out here because I love music. I'm in a van, and with Tumbledown and the scheduling, I just have a schedule, and some of it says Tumbledown and some of it says MxPx, and I send that out, and just trying to get the hang of it with our management and everything. But I think it'll work out once we get it going. I've definitely learned a lot. My songwriting, obviously, it evolved, but I don't think I've completely gone crazy. Like it's still, some of these songs still could be MxPx songs, and heck, a lot of them, the MxPx songs could be Tumbledown songs. It's just the instrumentation and the way I do it, and definitely the lyrics. The lyrics are much more, I don't want to say grown up, but it's just bar music, basically, just having a good time, drinking music, and stories, the country vibe, basically. And then MxPx, of course, is a little bit more positive, like posi-core type lyrics, always has been. So in that way, I've got to go, okay, what's this going to be? Is this an MxPx song? And then I have to gear myself towards writing the lyrics for that. But I usually just let the ideas come and go with that. I pretty much do kind of consciously go, okay, I need to write some MxPx songs, and I'll write that. With Tumbledown, I pretty much just write, and it's a Tumbledown song. So that's another reason why I started Tumbledown, just because I write all my songs on acoustic. Everything was kind of gearing itself towards the music that I listen to and stuff like that. So in that way, I don't really need to sit down and write a Tumbledown song. That just happens naturally. And even with MxPx, that happens too, but just not as often anymore. But I'll consciously sit down and go, okay, I've got a few of these ideas for MxPx songs. What's my favorite? And I'll go and just work on it for a little bit. So for the most part, the MxPx fans come out, and some of them have checked out the website and really like it, so they're loving those songs they've heard. We have the EP out on iTunes and stuff. And then there's the ones that heard about it and are just kind of like, okay, I want to check this out, see what's going on with Mike Herrera. So, and those people are usually stoked. They're like, man, I didn't really know what to expect, but I really liked it. So hopefully they come back, and hopefully they buy the record. Things have changed. It used to be, back in the day, the mystique of your idols and your celebrities and rock stars and all that was kind of what drove people to the music, and you didn't have to even know what somebody looked like to love their records, And I remember most of all the music I listened to when I was growing up, I didn't know what the people looked like, or maybe I saw a picture, Obviously nowadays it's a little different. Everything is backstage pass, behind the scenes, right here, right now. Here we are in Portland, and it's just technology, culture, pop culture, all just coming together, and obviously the video killed the radio star kind of vibe. It's helped some, hurt others. It just depends on who you are, and if you're geared towards that type of lifestyle, that type of openness to, and even not just openness, because you don't have to necessarily get all personal. You just have to be willing to do more work. It really is a lot more work. It used to be, if you're in a band, you go and play your show, party, hang out, and go into the studio and party and hang out. Nowadays, you do your interviews or whatever, but nowadays you're constantly having to go to the website, chat with people online, and there's just much more to do for no money. You're not getting paid to do that. You have to do it to keep your fans interested, because with cable there's 1 million channels on TV. Nobody can watch all those channels. It's similar with bands. Nobody can listen to all that many bands. So you have to just basically hone in on who likes you and keep them happy. I think that's what's important. And then, there will be some trickle in of new fans, but overall they have to be converted because they want to be. I don't think the blanket advertising works these days. It doesn't work with almost any type of product anymore. You really have to just go to, if somebody wants to buy some milk, they're going to buy some milk. So hopefully they pick your brand. But that's just the way it is. You just have to change or die.